Who told us this? Because I want to know that whenever we talk about reading problem, it must be phonics. Is it only phonics that you people know? Phonics is not the only reading problem that we have. Reading problem cuts across fluency, comprehension, even motivation. So for what we're having here, I am going to describe what we should be doing. So tomorrow you just feel like, oh my God, I want to start teaching this for how to read. I want to start seeing this child's grades improve. Please don't start teaching what you don't know. You first of all, you have to diagnose the child, that your child. Diagnose him first. I've never seen a qualified doctor that will start treating you without first of all finding out through tests what is wrong with you. You know, to us in this part of the world, every fever, every temperature is malaria. And we have transferred it when it comes to reading. Who told us that? That when any child is not doing well, it must be phonics. No. Now, I want to tell you that your child is not dull. It does that you are teaching the wrong thing. Your child's teacher just called you yesterday, Madam, this your child is dull. And you, as a parent, have already believed that this my son is dull. This my daughter is dull. What is your definition of dull? I don't know. But maybe at the end of this, you will tell me. By the way, if this is the first time seeing me, my name is Ifoma Wanko. But you can call me Ven-Angel. I am an angel. Alright. So let's dive in. If you look at this board, you will see 4 beautiful busters. So before you start doing anything with any child, when it comes to not doing well in school, when the parent is complaining, or you, the parent, is complaining that my child is not doing well, you have to first of all diagnose. So I'm just going to give you this template as what you will start using. Very simple, so that everybody will understand it. So that you start using it and you start knowing what the problem is. So the first one here, box 1. This is our template. Box 1. So under this box 1, you're going to find out if this my boy can read, if this my girl can read, if these children can read words. So you can even come up with something like this. What's this? You hear man. You can write something like this. What's this? You can hear make. Or you can get a test, a book, a storybook, any kind of book that is very simple. Please give them books that are within their age. Now, let's take this as our template, as an instance. My baby is smart. Let's assume that this is what you have in your test. I say, Jolie, Annie, Edu, Peter, Jan, can you read this? Remember, you have tested using just words. So they may get the words right, the one we used, like man, make, go, and the rest. So you can as well find out if their reading problem is phonics by giving them a very short test. Simple thing, just read it for me. My baby is smart. Any child that reads like this doesn't have problem when it comes to phonics. But if the child was able to read this, my, but cannot be able to read baby, was able to say is, but cannot be able to say smart, there is a problem. So if the child was able to say, do you? To pronounce have is a problem. A, as. Or maybe cannot even say it at all. Is a phonics problem. I have a pet and cannot read it very well. Very well is a problem. Or can we read? I can't pronounce these words correctly. It's a phonics problem. The child hasn't learned that this CAN here, maybe he has learned to, say that this is C and this is A and this is N in alphabets. But he doesn't know it in sounds. He doesn't know that this C in sounds, this is K. He doesn't know that this A in sound is A. He doesn't know that this N in sound is He doesn't know that. Not to talk about these ones. Not to talk about even these sight words. So his knowledge of phonics is very low, like low. Start with this. Let him know that k, a, t is existing. That this is k. and this is a, and this is t, so that he can learn to blend it and have a cat. Let him know that this is b, and this is e, and this is the, okay, for him to have bed. Let him, it's not essential that he only knows that this is b. If he has not known that this is not only b, that this is also b, that this is e, and this is the, then you start with phonics. But like I said, maybe I've not said it in this video, please, for us to get the children properly, very well, we must model how reading should be. Read aloud to them. Any child you are teaching reading, be a model to that child. So try to read aloud to that child. It's very important. I don't want to talk about it in this video. I don't want this video to be long, so let's continue. Having said that, so if this is the problem of that child, please, the problem is this. So start giving him lesson on phonics where he learns his sounds. You know, this phonics has different layers. So start with the easiest ones, especially the ones he has already known. Yes, the one he knows. You know, every teaching starts from known to unknown. So start, irrespective of the age, start with the simplest sound and go from there. The second boss is fluency boss. If the child reads fluently, like smoothly, as if he's drinking water, as if he's singing, he doesn't have any problem with fluency. If he can read this sentence like this, my baby is smart, he has no problem when it comes to fluency. But if the child, the boy, the girl, is picking it one by one, that is where we have fluency problem. For example, my baby is smart. He didn't fail any word. The pronunciations are so correct, accurate. But he's speaking these words one by one. Reading is not meant to be one by one. Reading should flow just as the way you are speaking. Okay? So you focus on fluency. Expose the child to different kinds of fluency skills and you will see the change. Now, let's go to the green box, the third box. This is where you ask the question. You check if this boy, if this child, if this my baby can explain what he or she is reading to herself, to himself, to another person. If he reads so well, smoothly, no phonics problem, no fluency problem, he reads so fluently, but he can't explain it. When you ask him a simple question, what's the story all about? He said, Mom, I don't know. Then the reading problem he has is not phonics, it's not fluency, but comprehension problem. So what you need to do when you have discovered that the problem is comprehension, so you introduce comprehension skills. Tell him, teach him how to summarize, teach him how to detect the keywords, teach him that these ones are supporting words, teach him cause and effect. There are many. I don't want to talk about active recall, I don't want to talk about Feynman techniques, I don't want to talk about spaced repetition. We're not talking about that one now. But there are basic skills that a child who is in primary 4, primary 5, primary 6, that doesn't understand can start with. Okay? Learning is stage by stage, from simple towards complex. Now, I'll still come back to this because of what I have here, but I will take the two together when I'm talking about this. So the next boss is motivation problem. Can you see it? So here, let's assume that he doesn't have any comprehension problem. But what about interest? What about love for reading? Is it still available? Is it still available? Motivation. Does the child even like reading? Does he? Does she? Do they even like reading? I was asking kids that were around me, I was asking them, do you love reading? All of them said, no, I don't like reading. It was only this morning I said, I like reading. Oh my God. Nobody didn't like reading. And with the way everything is going, if we didn't get the children to start falling in love with reading, we will lose. Let me speak like a Nigerian. We will lose all. Right? We will lose all. Now, I think I have to say this. We are the curse why the children don't even like reading. Because when they were growing up, we usually present reading as a punishment. We present reading as a chore. We never present reading as pleasure for them. Yeah. So even you as an adult, do you love punishment? Do you? Do you like or love doing the hard chores? Do you? So since we have made them to see or to view reading as a punishment, they can never love reading. That's just the simple truth. So it is high time we start correcting that. It is high time we start helping them to love reading. It is high time we start presenting reading as something that is pleasurable, enjoyable. Because when we talk about the importance of reading, I can't even exhaust it. It's so numerous. Can I talk about helping you to speak well? Can I talk about reading helping you to get smarter? Can I talk about reading exposing you to different kind of good and excellent skills? Even the confidence that comes with reading, even the awareness that comes with reading is a problem for all of us. In our homes, tell yourself the truth. How many storybooks do you have? It didn't pass school textbooks. And let me just be frank with you, school textbooks can never get the children to love reading, can never interest them, can never motivate them. Because when you open it, it's for assignments. And majority of them don't like to do assignments. And when you open it, they are just only reading for exams, which you as an adult, you don't even like reading. You don't even like taking exams. These are the kind of books that we have in our house. We don't have good story books. Only few that can boast of that. So it is high time we start correcting them. And when I say storybooks, don't go to the market and pack all the storybooks. No. Check your words' interests. Very important. Ada, Jane, she loves cooking. She loves fashion. Emeka loves engineering. Jude likes football. Amy loves animal. Get books based on interest. What will happen to your kids will surprise you. You will be shocked. So I want us to take note of that. We need to get them motivated. Apart from passing exams, when we motivate them, when they have interest, when they start loving reading, you will see their speaking will improve. You will see they become smarter. You will see that they become more knowledgeable. You will see that they even become more exposed. So, and when all these that I've just mentioned, just a few, is taking place, there is no way their achievement will never go high. That's the performance. It must go high. I'm telling you with authority, it must go high. Because you will see them, they have started reading. When it is time for them to prepare for exam, it will not be as difficult as before because it is now part of them. It is part of them. Just like when you are starting to learn how to do anything, at the beginning is always hard, but when you learn it, it becomes part of you. So we should take note of that. But then I put this in because I don't want to forget it, I don't want to miss it. This is prior knowledge and vocabulary. Now, I pray that this video will not be too long. When we talk about prior knowledge and vocabulary, it's so essential, so powerful when it comes to reading comprehension. Then somebody might ask me, what is this prior knowledge all about? I've been hearing prior knowledge, prior knowledge. Prior knowledge simply means that thing you already know before that thing you are learning. So bring that thing you've already known, connect it to that new thing you are learning. Understanding will start taking place. So when we talk about vocabulary, we are talking about the meaning of words. These words that I'm reading, do I know the meaning? So how can you understand what you don't even know the meaning? And when we talk about our children's vocabulary, nothing is there because they don't read. Nothing is there, it's so empty. So they gain it by reading. But this prior knowledge, you can gain it, even vocabulary, you can gain it in different ways. You can get it through reading, a field trip, even within your immediate environment, even in your kitchen, even in your sitting room. Knowledge comes from different angles. Okay, let me just explain more, just a little. If I have child A, and child B, child A knows about football. He has played ball outside the compound or anywhere in the compound or in the field or even in the school. He has even watched the movie or the live ball, anything ball. He has the experience. He has a lot of experiences when it comes to football. And B doesn't even know about football. He doesn't know. He hasn't seen, he hasn't played, he hasn't even watched. And you present books or anything about football for them to read. Maybe you're giving them exam or you are giving them a test or any assessment or even an assignment to do. A has learned about football, has watched football, has played football, and A is now reading about football and is about to answer questions on football. Do you know what A would do? A will go straight to his brain box where the knowledge, where the experiences of that ball he played, of that ball, that match he watched, he will just go there, bring everything back, and connect it to what he's reading now. Comprehension will start taking place with speed. But for B, is a new concept. Comprehension will not take place the way comprehension will take place for B because he has no prior knowledge. So there is nothing to connect with what he's reading. It's entirely new. That's what we're talking about. And again, no child will be motivated if he's not understanding what he's reading. So you see, you cannot separate the two. So you see, you can't separate the two. If I'm understanding what I'm doing, if I'm knowing it more, I will start liking it. But if I'm not understanding it, if I don't have the patience, I'll just stop. And that will be the end. So what are we saying? We are saying that before you start teaching reading, please diagnose. Because the reason that child is not doing well might not be because he doesn't read well. It might be because he doesn't have any comprehension skill. No. He doesn't have any comprehension skill, and that is the reason he's not doing well. It might be he doesn't read smartly. He's taking it one, and that is not how reading is done. It could be that he hasn't mastered his sounds. It could be the problem. It could be that he's not motivated. So it is only when you have tested, when you have diagnosed, when you have assessed that child, that is when you will know what the problem is. And you will start immediately and start giving him what he needs at that point in time. And when you start hitting the nail on the right place, transformation will start taking place immediately. Our Gen Z will say, ASAP. Please don't rush to start teaching what you don't know. First of all, diagnose and know what the problem is. Every temperature, every fever is not malaria. It could be an infection, it could be liver problem, it could be anything. You won't know until you assess. If you have watched this video up to this moment, that means you love what you're saying. So press that subscribe button and subscribe. If you have any question, maybe on phonics, on fluency, comprehension, how to start doing that with your child, drop it in the comment section. And I will see you in the next video. I love you.